welcome to the Saitama Stacker channel. My name's Dean. I'll be your host today. Hey, I've got some interesting stuff for you, but before I get there, if you're watching this for the first time, please know you need to do your own research before you buy. I don't give financial advice. These videos are just for entertainment and for community building around the Saitama token. All right. I'm going to jump into fundamentals and also try to give some information and background as to how some of this is derived, because I'm getting a lot of questions about it here lately. All right, the current holder count, 275,825. Now, you'll see in the last 2 days, the increase in the number of holders has kind of slowed down. I think it's because people are holding off. We want to see the Saitamask wallet. So that should be coming. We'll be talking about that in this video also. Okay, our current rank per CoinGecko would be, or at least their data, 77th. If we were looking at CoinMarketCap, we would be ranked 67th among all cryptocurrencies. And I get a lot of questions about this, so I'm just going to explain briefly my process, okay? Okay, the fully diluted market cap is given almost everywhere, and the market cap itself can be found on CoinMarketCap, or it can be derived by simply taking the remaining supply of tokens as a ratio and multiplying it by the fully diluted market cap. Okay, so for starters, I pull this information off Etherscan. Here is the fully diluted market cap. If you multiply it by 0.44, which is the remaining token supply, or 44 quadrillion, you end up deriving the market cap. Okay, once we have the market cap, we can compare it against other market caps. I use CoinGecko and I use CoinMarketCap. I use more CoinGecko right now for personal reasons. For one, it's a lower number, or it's a less rosy view, I guess you could say, 77 versus 67. And that just has to do with what those exchange platforms are listing or tracking in their own systems. But so we have $1.8 billion market cap right now. If we were to compare it against CoinMarketCap, here's their market cap aisle. 1.8 would put us right here, or 67th. Per CoinGecko, we would be 77th. Here is the market cap line for them, and it goes from 1.9 to 1.3. So we would be slotted in there. This is a little confusing to me. I don't know how this 1.3 made its way here, but everything below that is actually higher, but we're higher than all of those. Still, we fall in 77th. Okay, why do I have to derive this instead of it being in there? Well, the answer is because these websites haven't verified our market cap. Okay, in CoinMarketCap, they're listing a similar market cap to what I am. This is different time frames from when I was doing my show prep. There's a little caution sign that says CoinMarketCap hasn't verified this project's market cap, but that we're self-reporting it. So they're putting it here. They're just not putting us in their rankings because they haven't verified it. Well, I don't know what they need to verify this. I've been calculating this since September. If you look at the holders in the Etherscan, you can see how much of the coin is now burned and is in a dead wallet that no one can access. The remaining amount is with all of us, the holders. Okay, so that quantity, or the 44 quadrillion number, is the one you would use to derive the actual market cap. So it's pretty simple. It's equally frustrating in CoinGecko, where if you look at Saitama, we don't even list a market cap. They have the total supply. They don't list a circulating supply or a market cap. I don't know what we're waiting for. The math on this is really not that complicated. So hopefully they get it done soon. I've seen a lot of other influencers talking about this and trying to influence these websites to please update it, verify it, and let's get this correct for the community. Because being in the top 100 has some big implications. So those are projects that are, in my opinion, more credible. They have stronger followings. They have stronger communities. So we want to see ourselves officially in the rankings. All right. Volume, 13.8 million. This is somewhat lower volume, and we've been experiencing lower volume for the last week. I have some thoughts on it and a spreadsheet that I'll show you. The burn is kind of down with lower volume. Essentially, 2.35% would be burned annually. The 10-day moving average of this, which somebody asked me to put in, would be 4.46%. We just take the last 10 days and get an average of it. And the tokens burned in the last 24 hours is 1.2 trillion. Okay, now this token burn, this comes directly from this burn percentage that I'm taking from Etherscan. So the burn speedometer and the percentage per year, those are my calculations. But this tokens burned, that is straight off of the Etherscan site as I do these preparations, okay? So let's talk about volume really quick, okay? I created another spreadsheet to just compare between Saitama, SHIB, and Doge and say like, recently we're seeing lower volume. I'm assuming some of it's because people are holding off, waiting for Saitamask. But as you map all of these against each other, and what I did is I just took everybody's volume, divided it by their market cap to get a percentage, what their volume is as a percentage of their market cap. It just gives us a way to compare them. Because they're vastly different in terms of how much volume there is. If we were just to compare volume, the scale on the side would be so large that it would compress the data. It would be harder to tell what's going on. So what you can see here with Shiba, Saitama, and Doge is that they do somewhat tend to track together. And yes, here in the last week or so, everybody's trending down on their volume. Okay, and I think it could be a lot of things. Here in the United States, it's Christmas time. People are more distracted by good things like family and work parties and concerts and all of the fun things that come along with the Christmas season. We're also shopping and we're turning our spare money towards gifts and celebrating instead of towards investments. So in some ways, it's a really healthy thing, but volume for everybody is trending down a little bit here in the last week. And the reason I use these three coins, because they're all community-driven projects, okay? So I think it's somewhat interesting, just kind of a fascinating look at what's going on with volume as I'm trying to figure out, is our volume or the lower volume, is that just general disinterest or is it a market-driven force? And in this case, I would say it's more of a market-driven force. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of reasons to be very interested in what's going on with Saitama right now, starting with CertiK audit, which has ticked up to 80% complete. Now, there was an AMA done yesterday by Russell and Steve at Rocket Crypto. Unfortunately, I've paused it on an ad here, but I will link this in the description of this video. It's very interesting to watch. They talk about Bitmart and the Bitmart hack. They talk about Bitmart's plan to buy back tokens. They talk about the launch of Saitamask and some expectations there. And trust me, guys, it's going to be very important when Saitamask launches to have proper expectations, okay? When it launches, it's going to come in phases. We're not getting Saitamask as a full package with all of its capabilities. Initially, it will essentially just be a swap platform where we're able to buy Saitama, we're able to purchase Ethereum, and we're able to trade. Even the launch of Lilycoin will be, it sounds like from the AMA, probably happening a couple days after the wallet launches. And Russell explains why on that. Okay, this isn't a failure. This is a plan. Okay, so just have proper expectations for what Saitamask is going to bring. Other things I'm seeing that I like, Gabriel, who's developing one of the two games that are being made, has shared some information. And people, are kind of giving him beef about how this seems like it's pretty low budget. Gabriel actually explains that there are 14 people working on this full time and that the graphics are actually super detailed because it's pixel art, and that it's actually more complicated to do than you would think. Just because it's a retro game doesn't mean that the technology that we have now to create games is easier for an older game than it is for a newer game. But I just like seeing the activity. The developers are more engaged, okay? They haven't done an AMA. People were asking where Steve at Rocket Crypto is. Well, they did the AMA yesterday. Max has been a little out of the picture for a minute here. I'm sure he's working on the CertiK audit, but also he says he had COVID, okay? And he's back out there. So we're starting to see information coming in They're working on like a Toys for Tots drive right now and doing some positive things. Okay. So as a community, I think we've got lots of great things to look forward to. Keep engaged and do your part. Do the best you can to keep Saitama top of mind. You know, if you see interesting things, it's literally as simple as just hitting the retweet button. Okay, so Gabriel's, you know, here I'm doing my part. I've retweeted this information about this thread about the Wolfcaster game. Okay, so there's lots of things that all of us can do to keep Saitama in the forefront of people's vision and at kind of as the talk of the town, which is where we want to be as a community project. The more engagement we have, the more interest we drive, the faster our community will grow, and the more solid the project becomes over time. Okay? Yeah. Let's take a look at reflections for the last 24 hours, and then I will catch back up with you here soon. All right. So in the last 24 hours, and I actually have mine for the last 2 days, here since I didn't make a video, but I've received about 100 million in reflections between yesterday and today, bringing my total reflections to 1,425,000,000 since I've been tracking 11/21. Okay, at current prices, let's see exactly where we're at. 4.5. Okay, so 7 zeros 4.5. My reflections would be worth about $64.16 since November 21st. Okay, so always a little bit of forward progress. And as I've experienced in the past, these reflections, as the price goes up, it's very dramatic what can happen to the value of these rewards tokens. So earlier is better than later. As far as buying Saitama goes right now, the price point is as attractive as it's been for quite some time. Okay, so hopefully we'll see some excitement as we get closer to the launch of Saitamask and some positive price action. But between now and then, please, I hope you're all doing well. Peace and love to everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Whatever you're celebrating this holiday type of season, I wish you the very best. Check back with me soon and we'll watch our Saitama stacks grow together.